Yo, what's up guys? Justin Mylo in the Stamp Studios. Remix competition, dear old friend. First of all, I really want to thank you guys for spending your time and energy making a remix of my song, which is still a crazy idea to me. For me, dear old friend was like a feel-good, nostalgic kind of vibe. And yeah, I really tried to make it as feel-good as possible. And I cannot wait to hear what you guys came up with and what kind of crazy ideas you had. So let's dive in with the first one, dear old friend. If I'm saying your name wrong, sorry by the way. But I would think this is Dvda remix, so here we go. Crazy. I mean, that's such a different vibe than what I had in mind with the song. And I really love the energy of it. I really love the chords in the break. Those are sick. Crazy. Like such crazy flip. I love when like a remix is completely, totally different than the original. Love that one. Let's dive into the second one, dear old friend Rafix remix. Here we go. Sick, kind of like afterlife vibes, kind of like imagining the the anima visuals with this already. Crazy one. Next remix up, the Gommii remix. Interesting name. Really love the drop on this one. I feel like the break could use like a little bit more, like a bit more elements, a bit more going on to like keep the tension a little bit more. And I feel like the vocal is like a little bit off timing wise, but the drop is crazy on this one. I love the drop. Next up, Capes and Dalia remix. Sick, another crazy drop. Really love the drop on this one as well. I feel like maybe mix-wise it could be a bit tighter overall, like maybe because the chords are like so on the kick. I feel like if you sidechain them very, very tight, you really get more of like that crazy bounce going, and I think that could make it even crazier. But overall, sick drop. On to the next one, the Hubrem remix. Sick. I like the groove of this one. Very groovy. Only point I would say I have is like, because the drop is so minimal, you really want to have everything like super tight. So I think the drums, like the hi-hats and the snare, could be like, they're like really like really tight. That would make the groove even crazier, but the bass line is insane. There we go. The next one, Mayxer remix. Cool one. I really like the break on this one. Like, I really like the vibe that it has, and especially in the build-up, I like those crazy like synth shots. But I feel like maybe in the drop, it can be a bit more cohesive, and the synth shots are maybe a bit distracting and like going a bit all over the place. But overall, cool vibe. On to the next one, Clrwtr remix. Here we go. Not a cool one. I feel like it needs a little bit more elements, but I really love the idea of it. Like, especially in the drop, I feel like it needs, maybe it's like some saw chords that would like support the lead you have right now to like fill it out and make it a bit more fuller. And then I would say in the build-up, kind of like introduce that lead synth already a bit. But overall, I think it's a very cool idea. It just needs a little bit more work, and I think then it could be really cool. Let's move on to the next one, Greg Aven remix. Here we go. This one's cool. Like, I really like that you like kind of melodized the vocal in a different way and have switched up the melody of it. And I know it's just instantly has like this atmosphere that's really feel good and that's really such a vibe. Yeah, one of my favorites so far. I think this one's really cool. Let's move on, guys, to AJSE remix. Such a sick sound, the percussive sound in the drop. Like, I love that melody. I kind of wish you used that in the second drop, but this drop is very cool, like, as well, the percussive stuff, but I think would be cool. Cool, guys, let's move on to the next one, the David MG remix. I like the idea of this one, but I feel like in the drop, like the lead of it can be a bit more interesting. Now it's like kind of a bit of like an old school electro house kind of synth, but I feel like it could be like a nastier, grittier thing. That would make it a lot cooler. Let's move on to the next one, the George remix. Very vibey. Like, I like the kind of like Afro housey vibe. Kind of really makes you want to dance. Feels good. It's really such a vibe. Let's move on to the next one, the Butter remix. Sick. The bass line, the groove is crazy, and that synth shot is sick as well, but I do feel like after like halfway the drop, it needs to switch up with maybe like a different synth sound that's replacing that lead, or something in the groove that maybe switches it up. But overall, I think this one's sick. Like, that was an actual bass face. That was it, guys, the Dear Old Friend remix. I already have a couple favorites in my head, and I have to listen back to them a couple more times, but you guys really surprised me with some of the remixes that took the song into a completely different direction, some cool sound design things, and some really groovy ones. Thank you guys so much for submitting your remixes. Let me know in the comments which is your favorite one. See you guys soon.